Hi, Rashi. How you doing?
Not too bad, thanks.
Fantastic. Rashi, my question is just with regards to the injury toll. Of course, the injury toll in the setup has been well documented, and it's mainly thanks to your foresight that even though there is a plethora of injuries, there's been enough cover for those particular injuries. Now, many of the new players that have come into the setup, are quite young and so forth. Can you perhaps speak to us about their integration and how they've adapted to the Springbok environment?
Yeah, sure. Thanks. Afternoon, everybody. Nice to see you guys again. Yeah, I think just on the injuries, I don't know if you guys want me to go deep into every single player. That's going to take time. But I think in short, if you go and you say, listen, who's got really, really long-term injuries will only be ready next year, it's probably only RG, which would currently, if we pick the best possible in shape, fit guys who's been used to our system, would probably be, who will make the match day 23 most of the times. It will probably RG and Kwagga. I would say RG and Kwagga. Other guys also have long-term injuries, like Sebastian, but he was never a regular in the 23, actually, has never played a match. And so the long-term injuries, it's actually RG and Kwagga that only can play next year again. That would probably have made the 23 most of the time. And then, yes, we do have other long-term injuries, but those were youngsters and guys who still must find their feet, as I say, in a regular match day 23. So to get back to your question, yeah, the light is, we are lucky with Dave Wessels and Kevin Foot and Alf Felix help us coordinate the things between the different teams, that the junior Bokke, Don helps them with the scrums, although they have their own scrum coach. Don also helps there. Dion go and help with the lineouts. So we interact a lot. But to answer your question, sorry, it's a long answer, having them actually here and seeing, looking in the guy's eyes, and does he understand, does he not understand? I just really think we've got a bunch of youngsters who come through that's really well-drilled professional guys who understand what rugby is about. And it's now for them to see how quickly they can transfer that into a match, which a lot of them will get chance against the Zimbabwe team. And a couple of them will also get chance because we are going to rest a few guys against the Barbarians. And the two teams has been picked. The players know who the two teams are.
Yeah. Thanks, Rashi.
Asra.
Yeah. Thanks, Zina. Dankie, Rashi. Rashi, if I know you said there's only two long-term injuries, which is RG and then, but if we can get clarity, guys like Eben, what is his situation? He's been out injured. Maybe what happened to Salman? Also, if we look at Kobus Reinach, what's his situation? And then maybe the Hendrikse brothers, what are they? And Grant Williams coming back from injury. So those guys that are doubtful, if you can just give us an indication of when or how they will be available.
Okay, I've got it on my phone here, so I'm going to look down while I say this. So we can mention a hell of a lot of players, but that is not the situation. A lot of these players wouldn't have made the match at 23. So we can moan about them, but they also helped us with a lot of squad depth, and so we can rotate. So I can list it for you, but I just don't want a headline and saying we've got a lot of players, we're in trouble, because in our camp reality, that's not the case. We've got a hell of a lot of players, which we don't know how we're going to give them game time currently. Guys who's fit. So I'll read it, but please, just don't say I'm trying to picture an injury list that's bad, because that's not the case. So, I mean, Kai Pratt, would have loved to have him. He's a long-term injury. Marnus van der Merwe is a long-term injury. Frans Malherbe and Trevor hasn't come back yet, but we hope they can. Rowan Venter is somebody that we really thought can do it this year for us at front lock. He's also a long-term injury. Dion Fourie is obviously a guy that we always banked on if we could need him, and unfortunately he also is out. But I mean, Dion wouldn't have made the match at 23 in most of the games. It would have been when we rotated or if we were really in trouble. Then Kwagga is out long-term till next year only. Jean-Luc is out long-term, and Jarno Gastas is not ready yet. Jaden is out. Krappies is out. But Krappies will be when we play New Zealand, or even maybe the second or third test against Scotland and Wales, he might be available. Jordan and Jaden is long-term, but will be somewhere this year that they will get back into the mix. It's not a long-term for them. Then Sasha will be ready about 4 weeks before the New Zealand matches. Ethan Hooker, 4 weeks before the New Zealand matches. Henku long-term, but also close to New Zealand matches. Bronson Mills is also, and then Sebastian also he's got a long-term one. He's only ready next year. Other guys, Grant is ready. Eben will be ready for. Some guys will rest against the Barbarians, who just played a lot of rugby. I mean, a guy like Damien Dalende, Gaza played a lot of rugby. We're still making our decisions there, but Grant is ready. Which was your other question? Which other player that I missed? Eben will be ready for England.
And Kobus Reinach?
Kobus Reinach can be ready for England, but it will be a push on that. We will rather make sure, although we want to desperately beat England, I think it will be foolish for us to. He'll probably only join the squad. If he hear me says this, he'll get upset. He'll probably only join the squad after the 3 incoming matches.
Baie dankie, Rassie.
Malcolm Marx.
Malcolm Marx is right.
Nathan?
Hi, thank you very much, Z. Good day, gentlemen. Faf, good day, Faf. I mean, it's been a while for you that have been involved with the Springboks. I mean, when you first found out, how did you feel when you first got that call up to again be in camp? I mean, it's been a while for you being involved with the Springboks.
Yeah, it's obviously an amazing feeling once again. I think once you lose that, you should rather stop. So yeah, everything I try and do at my club is to try and prove that I'm still good enough to be here, and you want to be here. So yeah, I was obviously very excited, and yeah, now the important thing is just to play or train well enough to continue to stay here.
Percy, are you going in Afrikaans?
If I may, Zina.
Okay, let's do that last then. Refiwe.
Thanks, Z. Hi, Coach. Hi, Faf. Coach, quite a vibrant mood in camp today. Just wanted to find out, just with Bafana Bafana playing later on, just what are your thoughts on them, and also just around the soccer influence in the camp today?
Yeah, I unfortunately had to attend the other meeting, which was also important for rugby. So I wasn't at the training this morning, but I hear it was lucky. It was good. Look, we're all excited about we've built a sort of a relationship with Hugo Broos. I tried to say Hugo, but it didn't go the right way. I wanted to say Hugo, but it didn't come out the right way. But so we hope they do well, and we know the pressure they're under, and we understand that pressure. But hell, we're excited. We really want to watch it tonight, and yeah, we hope they do it, and the boys are very excited about that. And I think that spilled a little bit into the camp, the excitement, yes.
Stephen?
Thank you very much, Z. How's it, guys?
Hello.
Rassie, with the Bulls' involvement in the URC final, how tricky does it make your prep for the in terms of just for in particular for the first game? Is it a tricky one for you, and does it affect your team selections as well?
It does affect the team selection, obviously for Barbarians game and for the Zimbabwe game. But
I meant for the England game.
No, it doesn't. We won't not be guys because they weren't in camp here. Most of the guys who's currently playing for the Bulls who would be a youngster that's in the mix there at the Bulls that has to learn a lot of stuff still. I mean, Ambrose is not a youngster, but he's been with us. He's been to the lineman camp. So, there's not a lot of guys with single caps, of a lot of few caps. So we would never do that. And the same will happen to England. Their teams are still playing in the Premiership, and they only have. So it's not a unique position. Look, if the Bulls fell out 2 weeks ago, we would have had them for 2 weeks more. But sometimes a team going into a final, getting the momentum, getting the winning aura is sometimes better than a player that hopefully they beat Leinster. That would be really nice. If they beat Leinster, you get players who comes back, or even if they don't beat Leinster, they're in the URC final, they come back, they're confident, they match fit, they match ready, where they would have played the Barbarians game or Zimbabwe game the previous week. So we see it as a hell of a positive, and hopefully the winning feeling of them coming into and as I say, it's the same for England. Their players, 2 of their teams will be involved with the Premiership on the same weekend.